Alright, hello and welcome to hopefully the end of the council. Last time, very last thing that happened, we're having the big meeting, and then because we didn't win everyone over, I guess this is why this happened, Home was like, I win, and then he fell over and he's like, oh god, I'm dying. And the other guy whose name I forgot was just like, that's a shame, shouldn't have drank my poison tea, ding dong. So then we jumped into the painting, saw our mom, it was like, help, I'm trapped in demon world. Yeah. And the heck even is 1001 spikes? What? Never seen this question before in my life. Is that a new question or has that been in here before? It's not new? Alright. Anyways, so our mom was like, help, save us. And we were like, pretend to save mom. Click. And that's where we stopped. And I know all this because I watched the last 10 minutes of my stream like an hour ago. That's how we ended last time. We're in mind jail. So anyways, there she is. We hate her because she tricked us this whole time. I forgot what the game has and hasn't told you about her at this point. So we'll just leave it at that.
Mindful, alas, that we ourselves have had a share in such great indignities, which we now deplore from the depths of our hearts, we humbly ask your pardon and declare our readiness to atone by voluntary expiation, not only for our own personal offences, but also for the sins of those who, straying far from their path of salvation, refuse in their obstinate infidelity to follow you, their shepherd and leader, or, renouncing the vows of their baptism, have cast off the sweet yoke of your law.
I'm guessing... Oh god. I'm guessing at this point that we're running into everyone that's died.
Ourselves have had a share in such great indignities.
Because I don't remember any of this.
You were reciting something.
A prayer of atonement. It's my punishment, Louis, for what I did to Emma, and for what I did to Sarah. I must do penance for all my sins.
It's well deserved.
What exactly were you hoping for? After everything that's happened, you're going to be able to think about all the things you've done, Emily.
I am dead, Louis. I am stuck at the place of my death, and I can't seem to move. And I'm talking to an apparition that represents precisely why I lost my mind. The one for whom I committed the unforgivable.
Do what?
Emily, listen to me. I assure you.
No, that's enough. I can't bear it anymore. Even in death, I have to pay for my errors. Isn't being dead payment enough? I am damned. Leave me alone, demons. I don't want to listen to you anymore. Off with you, Satan!
Leave her, Louis. There's nothing you can do for her. Very well, Emily. Very well.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, I confess, my God, I have sinned.
Wait, what's in this box?
Mindful, alas, that we ourselves have
Did we
had a
steal the
share
letters?
in
I
such
can't
great
remember.
indignities, which we now deplore.
What am I doing here now? Nothing seems real.
Oh.
You're nothing but a coward.
What a bunch of amateurs you are.
Are ready for a
Please,
puzzle?
keep calm.
What on earth is going on here? I don't understand a thing.
Louis, don't waste any time. Appease them. My thoughts are becoming confused. Help me. Be quick.
I want to
Yes.
help you.
Not a minute to lose.
Alright, so the TLDR on this puzzle, we have to put everybody with people that they trust. You can't have like two people that hate each other next to each other. That's what's going on here. Yes, yes it is, Claude.
I can count on my father and my son to defend me. Yes. But will they make it in time?
His father and his son. We want to analyze his 2 points. I think we can pretty much guess our way through this. Alright, no point.
God damn it. I don't understand a thing. I'm doomed.
Wow, this one costs 3.
Stay with me, Louis. We must take Al-Azif back from him.
I very much said, if you feed chocolate to an animal, it will die. And Jimmy said, give it chocolate.
One thing is for sure. My mother and Volnor have the
We
same
didn't guess
objective.
anything.
Find that book. They're following the same trail and must be close to each
Jimmy
other.
is a murderer.
He wants to isolate me again.
I won't let him attack his brother.
Oh, so we never learned that this is... We never learned in the story, because she died, that this is, the father. Yeah, that's kind of funny that they just did that here. No comment. Like I said, you guys only know because I brought it up. Otherwise, if I hadn't brought it up, and if I hadn't known, I'd have been like, what? The heck?
I have to protect my sister. Help me, Louis.
Whatever happens, I trust him and only him. I must take the book back to him.
One thing is for sure. My mother and Volnor have the same objective. To find that book. They're following the same trail and must be close to each other.
See, Walker, it's not my fault. I do what chat tells me to do.
I need to keep an eye on them.
Alright, so... We know... Okay, let me just start with this. We know that this guy has to be between these two. No, wait. These two. This guy has to be between these two. These two need to be together.
He wants to isolate me again.
There's some royal jelly here. We might have to use a little bit of points.
Golden elixir.
Alright, so like I said, we're putting people next to each other that like trust each other. She wants to get the Al-Azif to him. have no idea. He said...
Count on my father and my son to defend me. Yes. But will they make it in time?
It's father and son. Okay. If GW were here to walk us through this.
Whatever happens, I trust him and only him. I must take the book back to him.
One thing is for sure. My mother and Volnor have the same objective. To find that book. They're following the same trail and must be close to each other.
Sauna. I see. She says she has to take the book back to him.
He wants to isolate me again.
Stay with me, Louis. We must take Alazif back from him.
So I need Louis next to her. These two, I'm really not sure.
God damn it. I don't understand a thing. I'm doomed.
Alright, well, you're definitely helping.
I have to protect my sister. Help me, Louis.
So I feel like, alright, any other suggestions? Walner is next to Mortimer? Walner next to Home. Home at the end. Well, okay, so no, because these two have to be next to each other. He has to have him next to him, and he has to have right. Walner next to him. But it also says she needs to be bent next to him. Unless it means that she needs to be opposite of him. And she needs to be by him. Now I've just rearranged things. Never mind, we got it. Good work, team. We did it.
Looks like
Oh,
I've succeeded.
I said in my
They've all
head that
disappeared.
when you get it right,
It's worked.
it ends, but I didn't say it out
Don't
loud.
waste any time.
Yes, I'm coming.
At least as soon as I found the exit.
Because there's no one to, like, talk to. Like, turn it in. So we can see if GW's anywhere around, because you never know. He's still alive, though. I hope. I only see dead people here, so... Is this my room? No. Whose room? Is this Emily's room? Gah.
Is anyone there? I
No.
can hear you. I know you're there. Help me.
Hi. Hi, Emma.
Can anyone hear me? It's not
What?
fair. I don't deserve this.
What are you doing here?
You? It wasn't enough for you to let me be killed. You have to come here and stop babbling away at me. Fool! You couldn't have stopped her from shooting, could you?
Oh, don't sass me. Oh, that one cost 6 points. I mean, we can make it free. I have 5 of those. Worth it? I'll just make it free.
You can change your tone because I'm not the one who shot at you, remember? It's not my fault if your sister got rid of you like a dead weight.
What you just said was nasty.
That was for treating me like an idiot.
I didn't want it to happen like that. I just wanted to exist a little too.
Didn't you ever think there might be other ways of doing that?
Obviously, it's easy to say that now. Louis, we have no time to lose. Help me, please.
What on earth is she talking about? Come on, you're dead.
No, there's got to be a solution. I am made of the same stuff as you. I already survived a gunshot at point blank range. I will survive this. Help me. I'll go mad if I stay here any longer. I must have been here several months. I stopped counting from...
You've been here for like an
Oh,
hour.
What are you doing here? Are you dead?
That's 1 point. Too bad. But it's Emma.
I don't have time to
See?
argue with you.
No, wait. Don't leave me here.
There's nothing I can do for you, Emma. You're dead.
No, but
Good luck, Emma.
Louis, no! Don't leave me! Louis! Filthy scum, I'll kill you! I'll get out of here, I'll come looking for you, Louis de Richet! Do you hear me? I will find you!
I like her. I like her. she's a Riley one.
You must be quick.
I didn't like Emily. Emma.
I'm losing my sense of who. Louis? Are you there?
Yes. Yes, I'm here.
Pick up the thread of my thoughts, Louis. Of my memories. Make haste!
I don't care about you, home.
Be quick!
She was ready to throw down. He's like, you're dead. I don't know you. Leave me alone. She's like, I'll kill you. If I ever come back to life, I'm coming for you. Oh, no, I just remembered this puzzle.
Who's there?
Elizabeth?
Oh, this is
I saw
new.
your body. You're dead.
Gregory? No. No, you are not Gregory. Something's not right. Gregory, you are in danger.
Elizabeth, what's the matter?
Who are you?
We should have seen this before we did the, like, moving people around. Say nothing. I've never seen this, so I think we should introduce ourselves. Slowly waiting. We can reduce so many points. Ah.
Make yourself very small, Louis.
It's useless trying to hide. I will find you.
Oh wow, that worked out great. What a good waste of points. I see. 2 for intro dice.
My name is Louis de Richer.
Uh-oh. We're on Mortimer's side. I just want to throw that out there. I saw Chaos first. So, Mr. Franken, what do you think? If we're gonna retain the same narrative, we gotta side with Mortimer. We're trying to stay consistent. Mortimer.
William Alexander Mortimer's son.
William.
Ah,
I see. What's happening here? My son is in danger. Talk.
Read his thoughts. One of the most powerful demons possible. I see. Tell him that I am for Mortimer. And Home is going to die.
I'm one of Lord Mortimer's allies. I'm here for the conference.
Yes. I see that you're telling the truth. Is the conference over?
Yes, but I don't think that's important anymore.
Gregory, what happened?
Well, apparently...
Speak.
Mortimer! He poisoned him.
Betrayal. He dared break the rules. He will be tracked down and punished for this.
See. I see. 7 points. 0 points. 1 point. Try and read his mind. That sounds like a really bad idea. Are you sure about that, Seawalker? Remember that time we killed Waldo? Because I was like, that's a really bad idea. And then Jimmy was like, feed him chocolate. I'm just saying. Are you sure about this, Seawalker? Do the voice. Is that this? Is that this thing? What is the voice? Do the voice. My voice? Oh, he is the voice.
You're the one who Elizabeth kept hearing in her head. You're the one who gnawed at her from inside, year after year.
Who dare speak to me in that tone of voice?
She spent her whole life trying to escape from you.
And it was all for nothing. No one can escape from me. I am the father of all, founder of our house, grand architect of the laws that govern us, and creator of he you call Gregory Home. At this moment, yes, as well as all of his brothers and sisters.
Damn it. It's Home and Mortimer's father. But why am I hearing you through Elizabeth Adams?
So that is how you see me, is it? Here, everything is mere make-believe. Your mind is working to give me an appearance that will allow you to see me.
I see. Yeah. Maybe we can. I mean, if you want to. This is Chat's adventure. I mean, we can learn more. Maybe. We the players might, but does your boy, I forgot his name. Does he know? Louis? Does Louis know? How much does Louis know? Our time to get to know this guy was in another playthrough. It's too late. So you want me to leave?
No, Louis, no. The longer you remain in his presence, the more danger you're in. Just get out of here.
Wait! I have a proposal to make to you.
What? It's in big text. It's in big text. I'm gonna have to take a vote on this one. The narrative is that we leave because we're siding with Mortimer. If we want to break the narrative, we're gonna need some strong votes here. What do we have, Claude? I mean, she may have been helping us and we just didn't know who it was. I think so too, Claude. I think we gotta maintain our narrative of, siding with Mortimer. Whoa, God. Side with Mortimer.
Come back, or you shall feel my wrath.
Nope, see ya. No, Seawalker. So if we had stayed and listened to the proposal, I won't get into too much of it, but staying and listening to the proposal and siding with the father is the, considered the, like, best ending of the endings. I already read all about the different endings in this. Yeah. But that's not what we chose. We chose to side with Mortimer. We are going with the Mortimer route. Well, this is free. Okay, let's listen to it.
Coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily? Louis de Richet, his son. He brings his 4 children together, and even then I didn't react.
4 children, hold on. Four children.
This is about my arrival, as well as Emily's. There must be an earlier memory that talks about my sisters.
Wait, are we related to Emily? And Emma? Wait a minute.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily? Louis de Richet, his son. He brings his 4 children together. And even then I didn't react.
Oh man, I'm really glad we didn't sleep with her.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily?
This memory is important, but it's as if there's something missing. There must be an order to this.
Oh, we didn't learn about that chaos.
Same time as Emily?
I mean, I can tell you guys, but we didn't learn about it. Maybe another playthrough, some other time.
On the cake is I drank his... And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. He knew I would drink it. The rascal knows me better than I do myself.
The rascal.
The blood that Mortimer used is deadly poison for a demon. Home won't survive it. Oh, it's over for him. He's finished.
And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea.
I should come back to this later.
Oh god. Why is this running all weird? Is Windows updating again? Heck that thing. Alright, so what we're doing here is we're piecing Holmes' memories together. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned it like 2 minutes ago when I mentioned it at Seawalker. It's possible that oh god. It's possible that following the proposal wouldn't be completely possible. Like, we might run into like not necessarily dead ends, but not be able to actually do everything since we didn't follow Elizabeth the whole game. New trivia question. Who Miss Cloud defeat in darts? Ooh.
He allowed me to bring Emily. He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this
Do you know how many
conference,
points you need in darts?
supposedly to find her sister, whereas Emma hadn't even disappeared yet. The poor wretch was shot as her sister was setting foot on the island. I should have understood that earlier.
It's about my first vision on the island. The day of my arrival. This could be the beginning of the story, yet Holmes is talking about bringing Emily back again. So there must have been something before this.
See.
I didn't want to believe it. France, so much effort, so much wasted time. France, so much effort, so much wasted time.
Yeah, we had to figure out the
From
order of the
Charles
events.
Martel to the wars of religion, I simply did not consider Protestantism to be a real threat. And that was my greatest mistake.
Nah,
My
it's pretty
faith in
easy.
Father and the Catholic Church that he administered made me blind. I can see that now. I lost France through 100 years of war.
That seems really old.
Analysis is correct, but there's no link to what interests me here.
Irrelevant.
It was a trap right from the start.
Okay, I was like, I didn't see any of the other spears anywhere, and I was like, why is there a spear here?
It was a trap right from the start. At the previous conference 3 years ago, I'm sure he already knew I would bring the Hillsborough sisters here. He knew it. He knew it. He already knew they were his daughters.
I'm really glad we didn't sleep
Previous
those two.
conference? That's when Mortimer started putting his plan into action. That's how this whole thing began.
That's
At the previous conference 3 years ago, I'm sure he already knew I would bring
This is
the
the first
Hillsborough
event that brought
sisters.
home here.
He knew it.
Oh yeah, I'm on the right track.
all right. That's part 1. Actually, we know where part 2 is, so let's go over here. Unless there's something between part 1 and 2. It would make part 2 part 3.
I recalled Sparta of my exchanges back then with my brother. I did everything in my power to avoid the Peloponnesian War, but he wouldn't listen. He always wanted more. Father wasn't gentle with William back then, shutting him in the body of Pericles for 8 years and reducing Athens and its cursed democracy to its knees.
I see.
One of Holmes' distant memories and one of his brothers. With an ego like his, he's undoubtedly talking about Mortimer. Could there be a link here? No, at the time they weren't enemies like they are today.
Irrelevant.
And when Elizabeth disappeared, No, it's not possible.
Yeah, like
couldn't
hundreds
have
and hundreds of
missed
years.
Not me. He cut me off.
Thousands
from
and
our father.
thousands
Didn't say a word.
of years, I mean. This one costs 1 point. But what was the memory?
Elizabeth disappeared.
Elizabeth disappeared,
It's not possible. I couldn't have missed that. Not me. He cut me off from our father, and I didn't say a word. He feeds Louis, and I continue to see nothing. He stuffed his poor son with an occult knowledge that we usually take months to give to our children, and Louis is only trying his best to get by. He doesn't realize he's being led to the slaughter.
Ooh, 5 points. Might be a little bit more difficult than...
I recalled Sparta.
Well, I'm pretty sure... My shift key is being dumb. I'm pretty sure that, the second one is this one over here.
France, so much effort, so much wasted time. He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this.
It's about my first vision on the island, the day of my arrival. This could be the beginning of the story, yet Holmes is talking about bringing Emily back again. So there must have been something before this.
He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference, supposedly to find.
I'm on the
her
right track here.
The T is not yet. I think this is the third one, maybe.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time? And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily?
I'm getting closer to him.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily?
I don't think that's next. I think this one over here is next. Wait, did we even listen to this one?
Ah, Charles Francois.
Ah,
Ah, Charles.
I don't think this
Francois.
one's relevant.
What an adventure. It was so easy for me to sell your title of Marquis de Maintenon to Françoise d'Aubigné and to sail for the Caribbean islands. One of my greatest successes.
Charles
With one
Francois.
stroke, I placed myself right next to the King of France, with a mistress under my orders. And I was able to impose my law over the seas of the triangular trade.
Anyhow, I should try to concentrate on his voice.
It's like, yeah, anyways.
Dear Countess Dunolstein.
Yo, thank you, Sea Walker.
Dear Countess Dunolstein. What a pity you disappointed me. Managed to swindle Lafayette for the damage he did to the Western monarchies. So full of remorse once it was done, I don't really regret making you steal the necklace and end up in a convent.
You sure that's not relevant to anything either? I won't say what this team was because we didn't have Elizabeth to sort through it, but this team was actually really important for the whole Elizabeth adventure. We're gonna have Elizabeth, so we'll never find out. Maybe another time.
France, so much effort, so much wasted time. I recall Sparta,
this
and
one.
when Elizabeth disappeared,
All those tombs. I don't know about all of them, but that one specifically, yes.
He cut me off from our father, and I didn't say a word. And when Elizabeth disappeared,
Alright. And the last one's gotta be the T. I know I should be letting you guys solve this puzzle, but
France,
pretty sure nobody actually wanted to solve this puzzle.
be quick! And the cherry on the cake,
Maybe Chaos Twitch wanted to solve the puzzle.
and the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea.
I should come back to this later.
What? What is Chaos Twitch up to? Uh-oh, we're missing a memory. That was
Allowed me to bring
second
Emily back
one.
again to this conference. His children are gathered together. Yes, here. France, so much effort, so much wasted time. It was a trap right from the start.
I feel like we already did this one, which is why I can't select it. Imagine having to solve puzzles in Dreamfall
He's coming.
from The Longest Journey.
He feeds Louis. He stuffed his poor son with an occult knowledge that we usually
end here.
How many months did it take us to go through all of The Longest Journey series? That was like 6 months.
I recall Sparta.
That was a long journey. This has only been 6 weeks now. This will be week 6. For some reason, I don't have any longest journey emotes.
Drank his cursed tea.
Dang. That was such a great journey, filled with so many great experiences. I have 0 longest journey emotes.
And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. He trapped me. He poisoned me to stop me from being able to leave this body. He cut off all communication with Father and brought his children here. How could I not have seen it earlier? He's going to absorb me. The traitor! No one can stop him now. Hurry, Louis. I absolutely must see you before it's too late. If you have managed to follow my thoughts, come to me. Quickly!
Where the heck am I? This is the scene in chapter 1 that we didn't do because we followed Elizabeth instead. I think.
Louis, hurry! He's coming!
What's happening?
I can sense him. He's here. He's trying to get inside me, Louis. William has completely lost his mind. He's getting ready to pull out all the stops. He's going to devour my mind, Louis.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to stop him.
Yeah, that's fine.
You are here. I sense your presence.
What? But he can't even see me.
Congratulations, my son. You have succeeded in joining us.
Louis, don't let him draw you in there. You are signing your death warrant if you decide to follow him. I won't be there to protect you.
It's over, my son. We have won. A new order can be born.
Louis,
Yes.
I'm so weak. I can feel him entering. I can no longer keep him out. He's coming.
Yeah, why? I'm hoping, like, okay, let me point out, I have exactly no idea what's going on here. I'm really hoping we get the opportunity to stab home with the spear. That's what I'm hoping this is all, like, leading to. Like, I hope that's what all this buildup is.
You can still do something, Louis. Don't let him get away with all this so easily. I implore you.
Wow, they only give us these two options. I don't even have the option to follow home. I have the option to either follow Mortimer or start my own thing. Alright, we're retaining the narrative of following Mortimer.
I'm sorry, Uncle, but I've decided to follow Father.
Yeah,
How
it
can
probably
you
is
trust
a
him?
chaos.
He's my father, and there's so much he has to show me. I'm not responsible for what happened to you. That's your business, the two of you.
You are just as mad as he is, Louis. You'll end up just like him.
Homie, you're crazy too. Hope he like eats them.
It's
Oh.
over, brother. Don't fight it.
You will be punished for this.
Perhaps, but you won't be there to see it, will you?
You will be
The metaphors. There was no alternate paths. It's that easy. I guess their dad's name is Zasahel. I guess that's their dad. Yeah, I don't think we did, Claude. This game goes for a while. Forever. Just keeps going. I'm amazed that, like, there was no alternate paths. We had a choice. We had the choice of following Mortimer or, like, rising up and starting our own order. We were led to believe there was an option there. I restored order among the guests. No, because it keeps going no matter what. Alright, what are we putting points into? I got 4 points. I think we were leveling up this. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Got linguistics, politics, conviction, agility. We've been really spread out, gonna be honest. I think in my original playthrough, I pumped everything into these. I just went all in on politics. The culture one. Adequate? Etiquette? Etiquette? Adequate? Culture. We might have finished it out. Yeah, I think that was this one. I mean, we could put 2 into conviction and 2 into manipulation, or 4 into politics, 4 into linguistics. I mean, who knows how many chapters are left? Maybe we should do whatever. I can also remove all points and we can just put them all into, like, one thing. Or we'll do this. 2 conviction, 2 manipulation. Alright. Game is almost over. Is it? Oh no!
Where am I?
It's all right, son. Don't panic. It's over.
I'm back? Where are
Where's
the
George
guests?
Washington?
I invited them to go up to their rooms. They're resting. Don't worry.
I invited them.
Gregory?
We won, Louis. It's over.
He's dead?
Definitively. Now the way is clear. At any rate, rejoice. Great things await us.
What did you do to him?
I devoured his soul.
You...
Delicious.
But I didn't see you use the Holy Lance.
Indeed not. I didn't need to. Can't you guess how I did it? The Lance of Longinus is just a vessel, Louis. It could have been any
It's the
object
boat,
that had
the,
the blood
like-
of Christ on it. The blood of an ancient, more precisely. But I didn't need the blood of an ancient. You see, I have been in dear Lord Mortimer's physical body for longer than my brother has been in Sir Gregory Holmes. Therefore, I am an ancient, Louis.
Ah! He's been planning this out for thousands of years. You mean, how did he do it? He just told you how he did it.
What happened in the ether?
I surpassed him.
I surpassed him. It's free.
What do you mean you surpassed him?
I made sure he was poisoned by my blood before our little chat. Remember the cup of tea in the dining room? I wagered that Gregory simply wouldn't be able to let it get cold. Old habits do die hard.
You put your blood in your tea?
And he put the hangman's rope round his own neck. Ironic, isn't it? Unable to extract himself from his physical body, it didn't take much time for me to absorb him. In any case, what's done is done. I'm going to rest in the dining room. Join me there when you're ready. The time has come to end this little antisocial gathering.
I did well not to follow home, didn't I? Come on, let's get it over with and join Mortimer in the dining room.
I did well not to follow home. That guy was a ding-dong. He wanted baby bird to stay in the nest forever. I am no baby bird. How long has that been sitting there? Is that just added? I feel like I've searched this room before. We're getting books. You know what that means?
Chronicles of the Amber Princess. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Dorkin? Dorcas?
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Go see GW immediately. I mean, if I can. He's probably resting, though. Ooh. That is nothing. I want to visit Elizabeth's room, but it's probably a bad idea. I'm intrigued, but I want to break the narrative. Ah.
President George Washington.
Well, if we can go up here, but we can't go in GW's room.
A ruble.
A ruble. Whose room can we go in? This is my room. We want to go in my room? Louis Durocher? Maybe George Washington's hanging out there, laying down in our bed. It's like, oh, sorry, Louis, I got a little lost. Do we check out our own room? I mean, Walner could also be in there. And I would assume he's not in a very good mood. Sure as nothing.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Oh my god. There's no one here. I assume there could have been a possibility of somebody being here. We just didn't unlock whatever conditions were for it. I have the option of going in Emily's room. Wonder why we couldn't go in GW's, but I can go in Emily's. Should we go in Emily's room? Emma might be there. Emma's out for blood.
Right, now's the time to join Mortimer. I won't be able to go back after...
Uh-oh, point of no return. That must mean there's something important upstairs. Could be that important if we couldn't go in GW's room. Like I said, I assume this has more to do with, like, if we had done other actions, that they would have been open to us.
Here we go.
Louis, I was expecting you.
Do you feel better?
Yes, don't worry, I'll be all right. I wanted to speak with you about what's going to happen next. But before we begin, I would like you to give me back the Holy Lance, please. Now that Gregory is gone, you won't be needing it anymore, and I prefer to put it back in its place.
All the narrative, we're gonna give it to him.
Of course. Here you are, Father.
Thank you. You wouldn't have been able to do much with it anyway, given it isn't the right one.
You mean I
We
got
didn't.
the wrong
We
one?
picked the wrong
Don't
one.
blame yourself. There was a
Oh,
reason why I put it with all those copies. If you had
dang.
been forced to use it, he would never have prevented one of us from changing bodies. This conference will have been one of the most eventful I've ever known.
I'll just have to take.
I'll tell you why it was the wrong
Before
one.
I get to why we're here, you must know that I've been watching you very
Can we get an
closely
option
over
for
these past
things?
few days.
Wait, I can do that right
I
here.
was impressed by your intervention to prevent.
Farouk from killing himself. Okay, so real quick, a few things that you guys didn't notice that I did because I played the game. When we first entered the room to talk to Piaggi, Piaggi was being possessed. It was very obvious. He didn't want to turn around. He was being possessed by someone. At the time, it was home. And so when he was giving us information about the spear, he gave us wrong information. And then when we found Wolner knew we were there because we talked to Piaggi, because Home knew, because Home had told Wolner that we were. So we got lied to not only by Wolner, but Piaggi as well. So the hints that we had, some of them were right, but the ones that we really focused on were wrong. And the actual spear, if you would like to know, I knew which one was the right one from my previous playthrough. So I can tell you which one was actually the right one, if you care. I don't know that matters. Is it the most plain looking one? No. So first off, it wasn't gold. That was one thing we were lied about. Second thing, it wasn't a boar spear or whatever it's called. It was actually, so when you're in the room, the big room, there's one that's up on a pedestal and has a whole bunch of lights and stuff out there. It's the most like elaborate looking like stuff around one of the pillars. You know, the long walkway that has like all the pedestals on it? It was the pedestal that had all the lights and stuff around it. All the like it was the one that like looked like it was the most obvious one to be the thing. It was the one that was like most drawn to, hey, so the player walks over there and goes like, it can't be this one, and that's too obvious. That's the spear.
Rue from killing himself. You remind me of myself when I was starting out. As for the door of my crypt, no one had ever found out how to open it before you. You succeeded in telling the Hillsborough twins apart.
Wow.
Even for me, that wasn't an easy thing to do at first.
It's all chaos.
I'm proud of what you achieved for me by falsifying that letter to the Pope on behalf of Piaggi.
Ooh, we got it.
Because I know that was not an easy task. But the important thing is that you escaped the worst with Volner, because he could have killed you when you were in the guise of Piaggi.
Yes, it was a bit touch and go.
Which leads me to a chat about what I envisage for you now. You are the chosen one, Louis. The one I've been waiting for all this time.
Thank you.
We are going to be able to become one.
I don't quite follow you.
Be proud of yourself, son, for you are the one I have chosen to be my next mortal coil.
But what about me? Am I imagining things, or did he just tell
Wait a
me to my
minute.
face that he's going to eat me?
Unfortunately, no, you won't survive the transfer. But I want you to know that I only select my bodies from my own children, and that you are the one who has
Wait a
impressed
minute.
me most. It's far from being my first time, as you can imagine. I didn't think it was possible to find a more promising son than dear Augustus. You can be very proud of yourself.
Wait a second, hang on. Do you realize what you're saying? Are you insane?
Oh, come, my son. Let's not end everything on a bad note, please.
Son of a bitch! He's not going to get away with this so easily. I won't let you do it.
What on earth are you thinking? That you'll be able to kill me? This is ridiculous, Louis. Come now, be reasonable. Don't fight.
That was that. There you go. Oh hey, everybody's here. So in my playthrough, everyone died but GW. Literally everyone but George Washington died. So in this section, it was just George Washington by himself.
Von Wollner tightened his political and spiritual grip on King Frederick William.
I'll comment on that in a minute, Claude.
1797, Johann retired with his wife to his country estate in order to continue his
Yeah, all
work
these
on
people
his
were, like, dead.
theological and alchemical thesis. Manuel Godoy's close relationship with Napoleon enabled him to claim a part of Portugal, as well as the protection of France upon the fall of the kingdom. He died in the company of his beloved mistress Pepita after recovering all his titles and properties. Napoleon Bonaparte continued his political and military rise until his self-proclamation as emperor. His excessive ambition would cost the lives of 1,700,000 Frenchmen and leave France poorer and weaker than ever before.
Good job, Napoleon. Good job.
Deported and imprisoned by the British on St. Helena Island, he died on the 5th of May,
Oh my God.
1821, as an exile
That's today.
to general indifference.
Wait a minute.
During his second term, George Washington had to deal with a number of rebellions. He enraged public opinion by building close diplomatic links with Great Britain, which forced him to give up a third term in office. He retired to his country estate until his death, without being able to implement the annexation of the highly coveted Louisiana Territory.
Dang.
His Eminence Piaggi, having successfully accomplished his mission, returned to His Holiness the Pope with full honors. Although all his ambitions had become possible, to the stupefaction of his entourage, the cardinal preferred to retire to his Tuscan monastery, far from all political and diplomatic commitments. Fascinated by the techniques of exorcism and demonology, he dedicated the last years of his life to the study of Inquisition reports.
I see.
On his return to Paris, Peru gave himself up to his peers of the revolutionary courts. He admitted to being implicated in several state corruption cases. Found guilty of treason toward the Republic,
Wow. He
was
still died.
executed without a trial.
He died anyways.
Nothing more was ever heard of Lord Mortimer. His sudden disappearance was a topic of conversation in the European courts, but only for a few months.
So in my playthrough, the mom had survived, but she left. So during the credits, she found out about Louis. She found out that Louis was Lord Mortimer and jumped off a tower and died. She suicided. So she ended up dying in the end too. Failed everything. Hey, we followed our heart. Wait, so your question was, GW can't die. So I actually, there was a point, and I thought about actually trying to find this in my previous stream when this happened. So when we ran into Piaggi for the lance, and he was being possessed by Home, there was a point where he asked who else we had mentioned the spear to. And you guys were like, yes, tell him that we mentioned the spear to George Washington. And in my head, I'm like, oh no, they just killed George Washington. I'm like, no. What have they done? Why did they tell him about George Washington knowing about the spear? So I thought, I was fully expecting at any point in time for George Washington to be killed. And maybe it's possible he could have died if we had done some other things differently. But in my head, I've never been so worried. I'm pretty sure if George Washington had died, nobody would have wanted to watch the entire rest of this thing. It would have been worse than the Waldo experience. That would have been the end of the council. Nobody was showed up to trivia. I'd just be playing through the council by myself all the way to the end. So one thing I was kind of disappointed with in this game is that there's no New Game Plus. You can't carry over your, like, experience points and levels from the previous game. Every time you play through, you have to, like, pick one of the 3 things. You can successfully kill all the historical characters. As far as I know, all of them. I mean, there's nothing that says you can't kill George Washington. Like I said, in my playthrough, I killed everyone but George Washington. Everyone basically died. Except, I guess, Elizabeth. Elizabeth left the island. She left really early on. Whereas in this playthrough, she died. She was stabbed to death by herself. This is also the ending that I got in terms of, like, being absorbed by the father. Well, what do you mean by you're surprised we can kill them? All of these characters are somewhere in historical whatever. And in this, we never went through with the Louisiana Purchase stuff. So, I mean, it's not like we lived out how history was supposed to go anyways. It's too bad, Claude. It's too bad. Think about how much extra land, how much better things would have been for him. Well, that's that.